Think relationships over sales when it comes to marketing. In today's video, I want to talk to you about the nurturing of relationships. When it comes to selling and sales, whenever you create a written email, whenever you do a video, whenever you're communicating with people in direct messages, so many of you just get startled. Everything that you do, you think that the outcome of every single thing has to be a sale, to the point where you write with the sale in mind rather than writing with the relationship in mind. And this is something that I'm very proud to have done throughout my whole career. I mean, right now, you're watching this YouTube video. Now, all the way through the video, I could be like, all right, I just need you guys to click on a link, and I just need you guys to apply to work with me. That's not my objective. My objective in this video is to provide you value, to nurture a relationship, so ultimately you come back and then you keep tuning into the videos, you keep learning from me. And I know within my business that it takes people between 3, 6, and even 12 months to become a client. In one of my live business events, I asked people to put their hands up, and 75% of the people that were in the room had been following me over a year before they bought a product or service from me. So what does this tell me to tell you? That when you're writing your content, you need to think about the nurturing of a relationship. When you meet a girl or a guy for the first time, you don't go straight into the kill. Well, you might in somebody's cases, but in the majority of cases, the skill is the conversation, the nurturing relationships, seeing whether you've got things in common, maybe meeting again, maybe exchanging numbers, maybe going on a date, bada bada bing. Now, that's a nurturing process that takes time. And in the business world, in the marketing world, you've got to think of this the same way. So when you write an email, just think, well, this email I'm writing, this person doesn't know me. They've got challenges, they've got things that they're struggling with. Like this video right now, I know that when you go to write an email, I know that when you go to send a DM, I mean, this is one of the biggest reasons why DMs fail so often, is that you'll send a message with the objective of literally just booking a call, and you're so worried that the person's not going to book a call that you just go for the sale really, really quickly and just say, look, why don't you book a call? Myself and my team can help you. On the flip side, you go in to entertain a conversation to just find a little bit more about that person, to have a conversation with that person, to find out what their goals are. And if that conversation leads to a perfect pinnacle where you invite them to join you on a call, then great. But what if it doesn't? What if the person doesn't really give you a lot back, but the conversation's kind of staying at that superficial level? Then the first thing that you would do is say, well, why don't I send them something for free? Why don't I send them something of value? Again, you're giving them something with value without actually expecting the sale there and then. And then they might join an email list of yours, and then they may receive 3, 4, 5, 6 emails. And of course, at some point through that email list, you will suggest that maybe they jump on a call or speak to your team or engage with you somehow. But when I put these videos out for you, if you go down through my YouTube, you'll see video after video after video. And there are times where I will ask you, why don't you speak to us about joining our coaching program? But there'll be loads of you watching this video that are just not even ready. So I create the content with value in mind. I write emails with value in mind. I create content on my social media page with value in mind. I have conversations with people with value in mind. And the great Gary Vee would always talk about this jab, jab, hook. It's like you've got to provide value. And I often tell people it's like 5 jabs. It's like the more value you can give without the expectation, the better a relationship you'll build. And then when that relationship's built, then you can actually go in and actually say to people, listen, everything that you seem to be challenged with right now, you'll be a perfect fit to actually work inside my coaching program. There's no obligation at all, but if you'd like to speak to my team, here's the link. However, so many of you are thinking of that sale 2 conversations in. You're thinking of the sale 2 emails in. You're going in too hard. So you're not thinking relationship, you're thinking sale. Now, the better you build your content, your marketing, your YouTubes, and whatever it is, the better relationship you'll build. And then when you get to the point where you think this person is perfect to be able to sell to or invite onto a coaching program, they're what we call pre-qualified. They've built up a lot of relationships. Now, one of the great things with something such as ActiveCampaign, when you send emails, is you can actually start to see how many of the emails and how much people have engaged with your content. You can start to see this. And that gives you a better insight into whether they've opened your emails, whether they've engaged with your emails, whether they've clicked on anything. And you can start to see how well people are buying into you. Now, they might have been following your content for 3, 4, 5 months, reading your emails and not even actually reached out to you yet. So then you can start to think, how do I deepen that relationship to the point where I could get something back? You might be, having a couple of conversations with people in the DMs, and then you might leave it for a little bit and flag the message up and then come back to them a little bit later. You see, for me, what I'm trying to focus on is how many people I'm talking at any given time, how many relationships I'm building, because even as a personal trainer, I thought to myself in the gym, if I could talk to as many people as possible on a given day, the odds are the more people I speak to, the more chances of somebody building a more of a deeper connection. So I talk about level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. When you speak to somebody on social media, when you send the first email out, when they download something for free, they're at level 1. And then they start receiving emails. Then they might receive a DM from you. Then they start engaging with your content more and more. Then they start taking things and downloading things and engaging in. They turn it to a webinar. They might come to a seminar. All these things are deepening the relationship with somebody. So something you really, really need to think about is, of course, there's plenty of times when you're going to sell, but put your brain thinking hat on and go, how much of my content is just selling and how much of my content is actually building relationships up with people? Because I promise you this, the end of a good quality relationship is a sale, is where the money's made. And if you're going in for the sale too soon all the time, all people are going to see is you as no value, just sale. So remember, relationships lead to sales. Too aggressive with the sales before the relationship's been built, more than likely people will disappear. Nurture, build relationships, and those are the ones that always end up turning into clients. Now, if you found this video helpful, please click like, click subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.